In my first year as a small business, I managed to secure 3 pop-up shop experiences. One through my network called Creative Mental Network, one through MJ Promotions recommended by a family friend for Black History Month, and finally on Instagram I found a company called Black Marketplace Limited for the Christmas season pop-up. It was a mixture of luck and taking the opportunity as soon as it presented itself. There were moments when I questioned if I was ready to put myself out there, but reminding myself why I started this journey, and with the support of my family, friends, and my partner cheering me on, I pushed through. It was such a big step for me and my brand, and for document purposes, as I'd love to look back on this, I'll be going through the setup, the setbacks, and connecting with people. First up, we have the Creative Mental Network event, which was in fact a celebration of 10 years of the company connecting mentors and mentees together. As an alumni of the program, I was invited to showcase my business at the event. This would be my first pop-up since launching officially in January. I was fortunate enough to receive a £50 cover for travel expenses and materials to set up a display. I used this to buy an easy wood stand to display the cleansers, white craft bags, and those green price tags. I didn't have any printed off business cards, so decided to use my stamps on some white plain card in the right size and write oceanskin.store to keep it simple. Honestly, I was a bundle of nerves before the event, and I was a bit ambitious as I brought out almost all of my stock to the event. I stumbled a bit on my words, but after a while of talking to a variety of people and explaining the ingredients, I had a great flow and sold out of my soap bars. Cleansers were less popular, but I left there on a high, socially buzzed and completely tired of talking. It was the experience that I'd say boosted my confidence and reassurance that my brand had an audience after going months without any indication. Next up was Black History Month pop-up shop through MJ Promotions. This in hindsight was very last minute, as I saw the deadline maybe 1 or 2 days before and applied straight away. After a series of bi-weekly meetings with the group of other vendors who had experienced before, I felt really out of place, and as also one of the youngest vendors, began to feel doubt and dread as it came closer to the event. There was an immense pressure to promote, and to do that while making products for a larger audience, part-time work that was becoming very stressful, and a larger amount of spending for the stand itself, I almost backed out. The things I decided to change from my first pop-up was the display signs. I bought these 3 for 2 at Hobbycraft and designed the cards with the prices for each product on Adobe Illustrator. I batched an equal amount of soap bars, now having 3 options. Instead of a board, I focused on getting weaved straw baskets, but I managed a rare find of leaf placemats in a local store, which I thought immediately fitted my brand. I finally could afford printed business cards, which were printed on recycled card paper. A setback during this event, however, was that I sold out my coconut turmeric bars on the first of the 2-day event, which on a positive gave me a great insight into what most appealed to my audience, but left me scrambling to create an additional sign to push for more pre-orders, and without a soap as an example, I missed out on a few sales. Doing 2 days in a row also left me physically and mentally spent. Finally, the Christmas season event through Black Marketplace Limited. There's really not much I could say about this one. I sold at a loss. The weather was during Storm Darragh, which impacted foot traffic within the place. The high stall fee and the organisation on the day of the event completely put me off. However, I did meet some great vendors, and we all contributed to each other's stores. Overall, I'd say I learned that not every marketplace is for you as a brand, which is okay. There will be ups and downs through every experience, and the more I leaned into my personality than coming across very salesy, which made me more at ease and more comfortable in the spaces that I'm usually not.